Get him down, motherfucker.
Ryan Garcia and Rolando Romero are officially set to face off in May, and they've wasted no time trading words. On paper, this looks like an easy win for Garcia, but some fans are overlooking the fact that he's been inactive for a while and might not be as sharp as expected.
Hey, bro, let's run it back. You already talking cake, you know you're about to get knocked out. Yo, nigga, jump that nigga now, bro. Jump that nigga now. Jump that nigga now, bro. All right.
On the other hand, Rolando Romero is determined to silence the doubters and put up a strong fight. Talks about a potential showdown between him and Ryan Garcia started after Garcia delivered a stunning knockout against Oscar Duarte at a 143 lb catchweight in Houston, Texas.
Fun to that.
I'm with Al Heyman. Ryan Garcia's biggest fight was with Al Heyman. The most money he's ever made was with Al Heyman. And then he goes back and fights for crumbs on a shitty TV network.
It didn't take long for Ryan Garcia to push for his next fight as he called out and took shots at WBA junior welterweight champion Rolando Rolly Romero. "I'm committed to becoming a world champion," Garcia told DAZN's Chris Mannix after his 8th round knockout of Oscar Duarte. "If Rolly wants that, bring it on. Rolly, I know you talk a lot, let's make it happen. Where are you at? You got beat up by that old dude." Garcia was referring to 40-year-old Ismael Barroso, who gave Romero a much tougher fight than expected, before Romero secured the WBA title.
Offered me a way better deal. Al Heyman's the best in boxing, and hands down, all of us Al Heyman fighters are living great. Ain't one of us complaining.
The build-up to a Garcia versus Romero fight is already shaping up to be pure entertainment. But beyond the hype, Ryan Garcia sees this fight as a stepping stone to even bigger matchups against Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney in the 140 lb division. Amanta Stanionis currently holds the full WBA welterweight title at 147 lbas, but according to The Ring magazine, Garcia and Romero will be fighting for a version of the WBA welterweight title as well. The report doesn't specify which belt is on the line, but it's likely the WBA regular title. As of now, the WBA hasn't confirmed whether Stanionis will be stripped of his belt. The undefeated Lithuanian is scheduled to defend his title against IBF champion Jaron Boots Ennis in a welterweight unification bout on April 12th.
I know the kid really well. This isn't a joke. Y'all need to be there for him because he's going through it, and it's the truth.
Stanionis won the WBA regular title in April 2022, while Terrence Crawford held the main version of the belt. After Crawford vacated his titles to move up to super welterweight, Stanionis was elevated to full world champion. A similar situation could unfold for Garcia and Romero if the winner of Ennis vs Stanionis chooses to give up their title. King Rai is set to face Romero in May at Times Square, New York, on the same card as his fierce rival Devin Haney, who will take on Jose Ramirez. If Garcia and Haney win their fights without issues, the plan is for them to have a rematch in October in Saudi Arabia.
Bring on Rolly. You know, he's part of PBC. We already ran it once with PBC. I need to get my get back. I'm gonna beat Rolly, and we're gonna have that. I just pray to God. Pray to God.
Last April, Garcia knocked Haney down 3 times on his way to a majority decision win. However, the result was later changed to a no contest after he tested positive for a banned substance. As a consequence, Garcia was handed a 1-year suspension by the New York State Athletic Commission. His ban ends on April 20th, 2025, but to regain his license, he must pass a clean PED test. Both fighters have signed multi-fight deals with Riyadh Season, and Garcia has enrolled in the VADA drug testing program, one of Haney's key conditions for securing their rematch.
Try to see where he was guiding me, and it just led me to Dallas, led me to Derek, and I pursued it, and I'm here now, and I feel good. I feel, you know.
Garcia had previously questioned VADA's credibility, but has now committed to their random drug testing program. In addition, he will also undergo random testing conducted by agents contracted through the California State Athletic Commission. While this upcoming fight is seen as a tune-up for King Rai, some argue it's unfair to position an opponent with a 2-2 record in his last 4 fights as the B-side of a pay-per-view event. In reality, Rolando Romero's record should be 1-3 in his last 4, as his win over Ismael Barroso was highly controversial. The fight, which took place on May 13th, 2023, saw referee Tony Weeks step in and stop the bout in the 9th round, despite Barroso still being competitive.
I want to tell everybody, just thank you for coming out, and honestly,
Romero had thrown 4 wild punches, all missing badly, when referee Tony Weeks suddenly waved off the fight. Barroso was still on his feet, unharmed and visibly confused, looking at Weeks as if to ask, "What are you doing?" Fans were stunned by the stoppage, and the backlash continued for months. At the time, Romero was losing on the scorecards and appeared to be on his way to defeat. With so many top contenders in the 140 and 147 LB divisions, many believe there are far more deserving opponents for Ryan Garcia on May 2nd than Rolando Romero.
You did take more punches than you thought you would, so what went wrong during this fight? It's okay.
It seems like they were rushing to find an opponent for Ryan Garcia, and Romero ended up filling that spot. Given that this is a pay-per-view event, it might have been a smarter move to have Jose Ramirez face Garcia in the main event, with Ryan Garcia versus Haney as the co-feature. Even in that co-main slot, Romero doesn't seem to belong. However, Haney is coming off a tough loss with 3 knockdowns, so he could use an easier fight like Romero to ensure he doesn't suffer another setback.
Well, I would love to know, I saw that Ryan Garcia posted yesterday if he was kind of questioning your decision of choosing to fight Cruz when he said you could have made more with him. Tell me a little bit about how you would respond to that.
However, if the goal is to make sure Ryan Garcia stays undefeated heading into his rematch with Haney in October, then Romero is probably the right opponent for the job.
I mean, I hope he keeps training with Derek James. That shoulder roll, that's amazing. It was a good performance. Yeah.
Rolando Rolly Romero got the May 2nd fight against Ryan Garcia after Isaac Pitbull Cruz opted out, as he already had a fight scheduled for next month. This is Romero's chance to pull off an upset against a potentially rusty Garcia on the big card in Times Square, New York City. Cruz is set to face Angel Fierro on February 1st and didn't want to commit to another fight until after that. Fans were really hoping for a Garcia versus Pitbull matchup, as it would have been a much more exciting fight than seeing Romero take the slot.
I see where he was guiding me, and it just led me to Dallas, led me to Derek, and I pursued it, and I'm here now, and I feel good. I feel, you know.
It's unclear whether there were other fighters available, but the 140 LB division has many more talented contenders than Romero. Fans would have preferred to see someone else take on Ryan Garcia. Romero doesn't seem like the right opponent, especially since he was recently knocked out by Pitbull Cruz in the 8th round last year on March 30th. Romero clearly falls into the bargain basement category with limited skill and doesn't belong in the main event of such a major card against a superstar like Ryan Garcia. After that loss, Romero bounced back to beat Manuel James by a 10-round unanimous decision on September 14th on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. HS says,
The only fight I care about right now is Ryan Garcia. And then the winner between that and me and Ryan gets Gervonta Davis. We're going to do this all on pay-per-view, on Showtime pay-per-view. We're going to do this shit, all right? Like I said, at the end of it, I got the belt. I make the shot.
Romero didn't perform well in that fight either, but he faced a relatively harmless opponent. Choosing him as the opponent for Ryan Garcia and a headliner on DAZN PPV is a poor decision. Initially, Garcia had called out champion Cruz, taunting his ability to fight. He said, "You don't know boxing if you really think Pitbull Cruz would beat me." I've faced so many fighters like him in my career. It would be a field day. I'd put Pitbull Cruz to sleep. You guys are delusional, but after I beat Haney, I'll gladly handle Cruz easily when I get that possible fight with the Mexican champion.
To fight anybody as long as both parties come to an agreement. If his side comes to an agreement with my side and everything works out, then I have no problem fighting with him or anyone else.
Isaac Pitbull Cruz didn't seem impressed with Ryan Garcia's exciting 3-knockdown victory over the previously undefeated Devin Haney last year. Instead, Cruz, the popular WBA 140 lb champion, focused more on Garcia missing weight by 3.2 lbs at the weigh-in than on his performance the next day. Cruz called Garcia frivolous and unserious, saying Ryan Garcia doesn't take things seriously. Even when it comes to the weigh-in, he's overweight by 3 lbs. Cruz made these comments while in Manhattan, New York, to announce his first title defense against another Mexican fighter for his WBA belt, which will take place in Los Angeles on a stacked card headlined by pound-for-pound King Canelo Alvarez, against the former world super welterweight champion from Uzbekistan.
Pues igual, a mí no me importa la carrera de los demás, yo me enfoco en lo mío y yo me estoy preparando para conseguir.
Cruz believes Garcia doesn't take anything seriously and needs to focus more on training and being more dedicated. After Garcia's win over Haney, he called out Cruz, but Cruz wasn't surprised, saying it's not the first time Garcia has made such a call. Cruz is ready to fight, stating, "He says he wants to fight, and I'm ready." The popular Cruz recently dominated Rolly Romero, stopping him in the 8th round to reclaim the WBA title. Meanwhile, Valenzuela scored a spectacular 6th round knockout over Chris Colbert in their December rematch.
And he wanted that, or?
I think they pay good enough money that these guys are gonna say yes. So that's what I think.
Now, you're going to take over Times Square in New York.
Yeah.
The entire world between. It's never been done before.
Yeah.
Whatever Turkey does is massive. Tell me your feelings when he came up with that idea. And
There have been talks about a potential rematch between Cruz and Gervonta Tank Davis later this year, following their thrilling 2021 fight where Davis won by a close decision. If Cruz beats Valenzuela, he's open to that rematch and other big fights. "I'm ready to fight anyone," Cruz said. "I'll listen to my team and we'll make the best decision." However, facing Cruz is a big risk for Garcia. A loss to the Mexican fighter could seriously hurt Garcia's chances of securing a rematch with Tank Davis.
Everybody could watch whoever's there, so that's pretty cool.
now, a Pitbull, very dangerous fight. You actually posted today that he's going to be tougher than a rematch with Haney, and I agree with you.
Yeah,
Why did
I
you
mean
say
tougher as in
Garcia has stated that his main goal is to fight Tank Davis at 140 lbs, as he feels he wasn't at his best in their first match, and which was set at a 136 lb catch weight with a 10 lb rehydration clause. This led to claims that Garcia was weight drained. With Valenzuela already having beaten Cruz, losing to him would hurt Garcia's stock even further. However, since Cruz is highly experienced, facing him could help Garcia prepare for his rematch against Devin Haney. That may be enough motivation for Garcia to take the fight. Originally, Garcia was set to face Romero, but the deal fell through and Romero lost to Cruz. During an interview, Blair Cobbs even interrupted Garcia to ask for something from him.
Have you sparred Ryan?
Huh?
Have you sparred Ryan?
Yeah.
And what do you have to say about that and then possibly fighting him?
He was.
Blair Cobbs and Ryan Garcia once shared a friendly bond during their time with Golden Boy Promotions, but their relationship soured over the years, particularly when Cobbs supported Adrian Broner, Garcia's opponent, earlier this year. However, it seems the two have since made up. During a recent interview, the atmosphere between them appeared friendly. As Garcia was speaking to the interviewer, he spotted Cobbs and called out, "My boy." At that moment, Blair the Flair jumped into the conversation, adding to the good vibes between them.
A very interesting fighter. There was two things that happened in the fight, in the sparring. One, I got knocked down from the I didn't know who he was.
On January 1st, Blair Cobbs wasted no time putting Ryan Garcia on a pedestal, calling him King Ryan and hyping up their potential showdown. However, Cobbs didn't hold back when he expressed his frustration, adding, "Please knock this idiot out. I'm tired of this stuff," referring to the antics that had been getting on his nerves. Without hesitation, Ryan Garcia reassured his friend, telling him, "It will be done and there's nothing to worry about." Later in the interview, the topic shifted to AO's comment about being ready for Garcia's left hook, which added another layer to the conversation.
Didn't know that he had a weapon. And I'm like, what's this weird hook you keep throwing? Like, oh, boom, okay. And then the second thing that happened is the stoppage. I stopped him.
Before Ryan Garcia could answer the question about AO's readiness for his left hook, Blair Cobbs quickly jumped in to defend him. There's no way that AO could figure it out. Hell no, he ain't ready for that stuff. Idiot, what the hell? I wasn't even ready, Cobbs said, referring to his past sparring sessions with Garcia. This isn't the first time Cobbs has spoken about sparring with Garcia, though his comments seem a bit contradictory. After his win over Broner, Cobbs took it a step further, challenging Ryan Garcia directly.
Worked him, I beat him down, and took away his weapon completely, and went to work like him. You know, and I went with.
Blair Cobbs continued, saying, "We have a little history with one another. I also made you quit in sparring. Yeah, I got knocked down, but I got up and made you quit. I made you turn into a fool," implying that their sparring sessions weren't as one-sided as Garcia had portrayed. It seems that despite their past rivalry, the old friends have now buried the hatchet and come together for Ryan Garcia's upcoming fight. Meanwhile, MP Promotions president Sean Gibbons, who promotes tough Mexican boxer Isaac Cruz, believes Cruz should be next in line to face Garcia. Cruz and Garcia have been trading words for some time, adding more fuel to the fire for a potential matchup.
And I wish to be a world championship, and that will be happening. That's my focus.
We want to fight. We want to fight Ryan. We want to fight Rolly. We want to fight anybody.
In the past, Ryan Garcia has called for a showdown with Isaac Cruz, but the fight never materialized. Right now, Garcia is focused on securing a fight with former undisputed world lightweight champion Devin Haney. However, Shan Gibbons feels strongly that a Garcia versus Cruz encounter would be a much bigger event. Gibbons pointed out that for 2 years, Garcia has called out Cruz, talked trash, and accused him of ducking other fighters, but Gibbons reminded Garcia that boxing is a business, and he should know that better than anyone.
But Shakur Stevens, I'm happy he retired, thank God. And, Shakur's a great fighter, but with a style like Isaac Cruz, the guy, he would be running worse than Rigondeaux. So.
You're fighting for a prize to entertain people, but to get paid, everybody knows it's all about timing, said Gibbons. Suddenly, everything is lined up perfectly. We've come to realize that Manny Pacquiao wants to see Isaac Cruz fight Ryan Garcia, and Floyd Mayweather wants Garcia to face Rolly Romero, but the fight that needs to happen is Ryan versus Pitbull. Styles make fights, and there have been a lot of good discussions about it. We hope something comes out of it. April is when Ryan will return to the ring, and Pitbull is ready. He's training and good to go. It's not about titles or weight classes, it's about the fights people want to see. Garcia has clearly faced more criticism for his decision to fight Rukia Ampo in an exhibition match than he did for his doping allegations after his fight, which is set to end on April 20th.
He's not worth it. He's not worth it. He's not even worth it.
Javonta Davis has also taken aim at Ryan Garcia, criticizing him for ruining his career and reputation by making such a foolish decision. Davis has been mostly quiet since his fight with Frank Martin in June, but after resurfacing for his press conference against Lamont Roach, he's been taking shots at everyone, including the sport of boxing itself, even promising to quit the sport next year.
Next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight, you're out of it.
Ryan Garcia went from being on track for what could have been the best 2024 for any high-level boxer to possibly having the worst year of any boxer maybe ever. After his loss to Gervonta Davis in 2023, Garcia lined up another massive fight against Devin Haney in April. He built up the hype with an insane social media strategy leading up to the fight, and when the night arrived, he delivered a masterclass in the ring. However, he didn't take Haney's belt because he weighed in over the limit, and soon after, we learned why that happened.
Hey, Ampo, you have awoken the beast. It's over. I seen your stupid Instagram video of you hitting me on your bag. You look ridiculous.
Garcia was caught using an illegal substance, and just like that, the biggest win of his career was stripped away, followed by a 1-year suspension. Since then, Garcia's behavior has continued to raise eyebrows. While he hasn't posted anything as disturbing as he did before the Haney fight, his social media activity remains questionable. Dave Portnoy recently took aim at Garcia after the troubled boxer was accused of scamming fans with a new meme coin. Garcia, whose erratic behavior has sparked concern both before and after his win over Devin Haney last year, recently launched a coin he claimed would empower America's youth through sports.
It's like family, like it's a bond. So I'm hungry, man. That's why I'm here every day training. I didn't even know this was happening, but I came to train with Derek. And like I said, it's a blessing. Happy to be.
Garcia used his connections and influence to promote the coin, claiming it would inspire the youth both in and out of the ring. His website stated that 40% of all proceeds from Ryan's supply would go towards charitable efforts and supporting underprivileged fighters in the US. However, alleged screenshots of social media posts, which have since disappeared from Garcia's page, showed that the coin went live on Thursday. Just 24 hours later, Garcia is facing accusations on social media that he scammed investors as the value of the meme coin, Ryan, plummeted.
Team, I'm improving, getting better.
The allegations surrounding Ryan Garcia's meme coin quickly garnered backlash, with one social media user accusing him of dishonesty and another calling him a slime ball. Garcia has yet to publicly address these accusations. After the controversy emerged, M Sports reached out to Golden Boy Promotions for a statement, but no official comment has been made. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy weighed in on the situation, saying, "I'd trust a Hawk 2 a coin before a Ryan Garcia coin," referring to another celebrity-backed coin that experienced a dramatic value drop in December. H. Welch, who gained fame from a viral Hawk 2A clip, faced similar criticism after launching her own cryptocurrency, which also tanked in value.
You ain't that nigga now, bro. You ain't shit, bro. Yo, jump him and Oscar. Your ass up. Tell him. Where's Oscar? Hey, Oscar. Tell him. Just tell him. Just tell him. Yo, jump that nigga and Oscar, bro. Let's make this shit happen.
The situation with Welch's Hawk coin is a cautionary tale, with the cryptocurrency briefly soaring to a $490 million market cap before plummeting by over 95%. Welch faced accusations of running a pump and dump scheme where the coin's price was artificially inflated for profit before it crashed. However, she denied the allegations, stating that she was cooperating with lawyers to address the impact on those affected by the collapse. That wraps up our coverage. For the latest news, moments, and updates in the world of boxing, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications. Stay tuned for more quality content. Until next time, peace out.